What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be talking about my division standings predictions. Obviously, it's a little early. Of course, spring training isn't over yet. There could be some new developments. There's still some free agents available, like Michael Conforto, and insert other name here of pitcher that probably exists, but off the top of my head, there aren't any huge free agents. Pretty much every roster is almost solidified, so we're going to go ahead and rank them by division on who's going to be first place, who's going to be last place, and then who's going to take that Philly spot of fourth place. Before we get into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications so you can be notified when I post my videos. I'm going to be posting daily MLB content throughout the season, and yeah, let's get right into it. We're going to start talking about my division predictions. Now, we're going to start with the AL East because I already did make a video of it. I'll link it up above me right here. It should be like right in this general vicinity right here. I did my AL East division prediction, so we're just going to breeze through this one and then spend a little bit more time on the other divisions. Coming in fifth place very clearly is the Baltimore Orioles. I don't really have to spend any time on that. Bad team, didn't get much better in the off season. Next, we've got fourth place, which I'm going to go with the Boston Red Sox. I'll be honest, the Yankees and the Red Sox are kind of 1A and 1B right, or 3A, 3B right here. Either one of them could take third place, but I don't see any of them going any higher than third place. The reason I'm doing this is because I think the Yankees did get better despite not spending any big money in free agency. I think Donaldson makes them a much better ball club. Anthony Rizzo's very good defensive first baseman and is going to hit a lot of home runs in that porch there in right field. I think Joey Gallo will have a better year, and Aaron Hicks is a big addition, a big underrated addition to the team, as well as Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's kind of an upgrade to Rougned Odor, who was on the team a lot last season. And Gleyber Torres looks good in spring. Don't sleep on Gleyber Torres. And then the Red Sox did get a lot better this offseason, but they also got a lot worse, losing Kyle Schwarber, trading away Hunter Renfroe, losing Eduardo Rodriguez. So their good offseason kind of just made up for what they lost. And then they added Trevor Story, of course, but we'll see. I don't know if their lineup got any better. I think their pitching definitely got better, but I'm still going to put the Yankees above them for now. Next, we got the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays had a great offseason, but they also, same thing as the Red Sox, they lost an MVP candidate in Marcus Semien, and they also lost a Cy Young Award winner in Robbie Ray. So the additions that they made them a better team, yes, but I'm still going to give the first place nod to the Tampa Bay Rays, who, of course, every year you go into the season, you look at their team, you think, how could this team possibly make the playoffs? How could this team possibly compete with these other four teams? But they find a way to do it year in and year out. So, you know, until they prove me otherwise, they're still a first place team. Next, let's go ahead over to the AL Central. And before I get into my AL Central rankings, let me just tell you, I'm going to piss some fans off in the AL Central. This division could completely be flip-flopped. This division could be exactly like I say it. There is literally nothing that could surprise me in this division. The only thing I'm pretty sure about is that the Kansas City Royals are a fifth place team. But like I said, man, Bobby Witt Jr. comes up, Nick Pratto comes up, Brady Singer has a better year this year, Asa Lacy comes up potentially. They could have a very good team. They signed Zach Greinke this offseason. They have a decent lineup, but I don't know, man. And that's a very weak division. Like I said, this could easily flip-flop, but for now, I think they're the weakest team in the division. Next, we got the fourth place team, which I'm going to go with the Cleveland Guardians. The Cleveland Guardians have an elite pitching staff. Elite pitching staff. If they just spent, like, you know, a few $1 million in free agency, they could be easily win this division. But they decided not to. They signed one catcher to a $900,000 contract, and they called it an offseason. So Guardians just don't want to win, I guess, you know. You can call it hypocritical because the Angels clearly don't want to win either, but Guardians, get your shit together, man. Now, this is my hottest take. I don't think it's a hot take, but everyone else is going to think it's a hot take. I have the Minnesota Twins coming in third place here. They had a great offseason adding Carlos Correa. They signed Byron Buxton to a contract extension, which is nice. They traded for Gary Sanchez, Gio Urshela. They got Sonny Gray in their rotation. They also signed Johnny Cueto and Dylan Bundy. So they had a pretty good offseason, but I just don't really see them competing this year. I really don't. Correa's a big addition, but other than that, man, I don't know how much better they got. It's really going to rely on some young arms coming up and pitching well, and I don't think the Twins really have that in them this year. Maybe down the road they're going to be a great team, but for now, third place seems to be their ceiling. Not their ceiling, but third place seems to be where I'm at. Their ceiling's definitely a division winner, though. Like I said, this division's very fluid, so anything could change here. Next up, I got the Tigers. Now, this really comes up to management. AJ Hinch is a phenomenal manager. I think he's going to win Manager of the Year. When I do my predictions, that's probably who I'm going to have winning Manager of the Year. Dude's an absolute stud, and he managed that terrible team they had last year into a pretty solid one that was definitely stealing some games from the White Sox and whatnot. Now he has a much better roster. He had Javi Baez this offseason, Eduardo Rodriguez this offseason. They still got Casey Mize. Tariq Skubal still a good prospect that's pitching okay for them there. I think he almost threw a no-hitter, or maybe he did throw a no-hitter. I can't even remember. The only problem I see with the Tigers is their bullpen, which is the same problem that the Twins have. So that's why I kind of have them as a 1A, 1B. I do like the young talent on the Tigers, though. Spencer Torkelson should make his debut this year, and I think that's going to catapult them into second place. The Chicago White Sox. Now, the Chicago White Sox, is this even a question? They have the best bullpen in baseball. They have one of the best rotations in baseball. They have one of the best lineups in baseball, and they have pretty solid defense, man. Luis Robert is a stud out there in center field. Eloy Jimenez isn't the best left fielder, that's for sure. Yasmani Grandal can play pretty good defense at catcher, although he's the slowest man in baseball. I think they got a really, really, really good team there in Chicago, and they are the only team I'm confident about in this prediction. Any of these other four teams, the Royals could finish second place, the Guardians could finish second place, the Twins could finish second place. This is what I'm going to go with, though. The only team I'm confident, like I said, though, Chicago White Sox on top. Next, to finish out the American League, we're going to go with the AL West, and of course, we got to put the Angels in fifth place. No, I'm just kidding. Fifth place, you got to go with the Oakland A's. Every other team in this division is super competitive, and honestly, the A's, if they don't make any more moves, which I think they're going to make more moves, but if they don't make any more moves, they could honestly compete for a third place spot in this division. But with how competitive the other teams got this offseason, I definitely got to slide the A's there into fifth place. They're clear-cut fifth place favorites. Next, I got the Texas Rangers. Now, I know everyone's going to roast me. A lot of people have them in third place for some reason. The Rangers got a lot better this offseason. But the difference between like 69 wins or whatever they had last season and, 75 wins, 78 wins, I don't think that's enough to put them into third place. I think they got a lot better, but in a few years down the road, I do think the Texas Rangers are going to run this division. I think the Rangers will be perennial first place World Series contenders in about 2 or 3 years. I just don't think this is the year they do it. They don't have enough pitching yet. They had a great offseason, and they're going to be a lot better. They're going to spoil a lot of games. They're going to be a really annoying team to play because they're going to win a lot of close games. But overall, I put the Texas Rangers in fourth in this division. Now, just to show you I'm not a homer, I'm going to go with my Angels, third place. Third place team. I don't think they got enough. I don't think they improved their roster enough to contend for first place in this division. They made a few little improvements. The bullpen got a huge upgrade with Tepera, Archie Bradley, and Aaron Loop, and re-signing Raisel Iglesias. The lineup didn't really get any upgrades. I'll be honest, the lineup's just as bad as it was last year. Matt Duffy might be a little upgrade from Jose Iglesias, but other than that, it's pretty much the same lineup as they had last year. They re-signed Kurt Suzuki, which was fucking stupid. And they also signed Noah Syndergaard, which was nice, but I don't think the rotation's good enough to compete. I think their bullpen's good enough to compete. I think their lineup's good enough, but outside of that rotation, man, I don't think that rotation's going to carry us into a postseason spot, I'll be honest. Maybe we're fighting for that third wildcard spot. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners got a little better this offseason. They didn't get, I say they got a lot better. They got a lot better, I'll be honest. Jesse Winker's a huge addition. Eugenio Suarez is an underrated addition as well, because those guys rake off of the opposite hand, so Winker rakes off righties. Suarez ranks against lefties, so they might be pretty good back-to-back in that lineup. Guys like Ty France, one of the most underrated players in baseball, including myself. I was underrating him for a while. Julio Rodriguez, when he comes up, is going to be a perennial MVP candidate. That dude scares the crap out of me. Who's the other guy they got there? Mitch Haniger's a very, very, very solid bat in that lineup. And they still got some other good guys on that roster. I do think they should have gotten a few more bats. Hopefully a Chris Bryant would have been really nice. A Trevor Story would have been a really nice fit there. But I think they did just enough to keep them in that second place window. And then Robbie Ray's a big addition to that rotation. But overall, I don't think the rotation's good enough. They do have a pretty solid bullpen as well, though. Ken Giles coming back off injury. Diego Castillo's still back there. So they got a few solid arms. I don't think they have the best of anything in this division. I don't think they have the best rotation. I don't think they have the best lineup. I don't think they have the best bullpen. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they compete. But until they prove me otherwise, I can't put them any lower than second. Next, we got the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros, they're going to win the division every year until the Rangers take them off their feet. They're just so good, man. They're so good. They're so deep. They piss me off, man. I don't even know what to say. Kyle Tucker's going to be a top 5, top 10 MVP finisher. Yordan Alvarez is the scariest hitter in all of baseball. Jose Altuve is still good. They have so many good players on this team, man. It's disgusting. I hate it. Next, we're going to move over to the National League. We're going to start off in the National League West. Now, in National League West, 5th place team's got to be the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's kind of a toss-up between, I'm going to put these two together just because they're kind of interchangeable. The Rockies added Chris Bryant, and they can hit. That's why I'll give them a slight edge over the Diamondbacks, but Diamondbacks and Rockies clearly 4th and 5th place in this division. Next up, we got the San Diego Padres. With how good the Giants and the Dodgers are, this is, everyone in this division's fighting for 3rd place. The Padres are good. They're solid. Mackenzie Gore's looked good in spring training. That's a big help for them, but especially with Tatis missing the first month or two of the season, it's going to be a huge blow to the Padres. Next up, this is my second hottest take here. I think the Twins in 3rd was the hottest take. My next hottest take is the Dodgers finishing in 2nd place. The Dodgers have a great roster. They have the best lineup in baseball, probably. They have a very good rotation. A lot of good young arms. And that bullpen is underrated, man. Obviously, they lost Kenley Jansen, but they still have got Blake Trinan. That dude can pitch like crazy. Brusdar Graterol's got some of the best stuff in the majors. And I know they got some other guys. Shane Green, Tommy Kahnle's coming back off injury. So that bullpen's going to be solid, too. But the team that surprised us last year and beat the Dodgers out for the division crown got better this offseason. So how can I disrespect the Giants by not putting them in 1st place? If they got better this offseason, Jock Peterson's a big bat to add to that lineup. Brandon Belt is back. The only major thing they really lost, well, obviously they lost Kevin Gausman and Buster Posey. So those are the two big things they lost this offseason. But I still think they got better. Rodon to the rotation. Alex Cobb is a great depth piece. Anthony DeSclafani's really solid. Logan Webb is still really good. That bullpen's amazing. I just can't put the Giants any lower than 1st place until they prove me otherwise. Next up, we got the AL Central, and the AL Central is dominated in last place by the Pittsburgh Pirates. They are so good at losing games, man. Good for them, man. Round of applause. The Pittsburgh Pirates, 5th place. They're going to win some more games this year. They're going to be a better team than they were last year, but they're still definitely a 5th place favorite. No way to really sugarcoat that. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Reds finishing in 4th place. They had a pretty good group of guys out there, but they decided to sell the farm, get rid of Sonny Gray, get rid of Jesse Winker, get rid of Eugenio Suarez, and for some reason they say they're not going to get rid of Luis Castillo, but now he's hurt, so honestly, it might have been a good idea to get rid of him, but what are you going to do? Cincinnati Reds, 4th place team. Next up, we got the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs got a lot better this offseason, and they have a pretty decent lineup and a pretty okay bullpen, but I don't know, man. That pitching staff as a whole, I don't even think their bullpen's that good. Their pitching staff is kind of dog water, bro. It's really not that good. So I'm going to put the Cubs in 3rd place. You're definitely going to put up some runs this season, though. Be definitely an annoying team to play. In 2nd place, I got the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Milwaukee Brewers piss me off so much, bro. Them and the Guardians, man. Them and the Guardians. I just can't. They're so close to being competitive. 2 of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball. And they just don't sign any hitting. There were so many good hitters available, bro. Kyle Schwarber, Michael Conforto's still out there. Go get him. They did trade for Hunter Renfroe, though, so I'm going to give them a little edge over the Guardians, put them in 2nd place here. Other than that, though, they didn't make any noteworthy moves to that lineup. and it's really, really, really frustrating. As a team that spends way too much money on a bad team, it's really hard to see a team not spend enough money on a good team. First place, of course, that means the St. Louis Cardinals. I think the St. Louis Cardinals are the most complete team in this division. Very good bullpen, very good lineup, possibly the most underrated in baseball, and very good defense as well. They got Gold Glove winners all around the diamond. Not much else you could say. It's going to be a huge blow missing, what's his name, Jack Flaherty to start the season, but I think they will be able to, I think they'll be able to come back from that. So Cardinals, first place in this division. Now the NL East is a absolute clusterfuck right now. I'm going to go ahead. Fifth place team is going to be the Washington Nationals. They just don't have enough pitching. They do have a good young core group of guys with Keibert Ruiz, Juan Soto, Josiah Gray, huge additions from the Dodgers last year. They did sign Nelson Cruz to make him a little more entertaining to watch. Definitely going to put some some butts in seats out there in Washington. But overall, I think there's still a clear-cut fifth place team in this division. Now my third hottest take in this video, the Phillies are a fourth place team. Book it. Phillies are a fourth place team. If you can put money on it, put money on it. Phillies are finishing in fourth place. They got better offensively, much worse defensively, significantly worse defensively. Their bullpen got a little bit better with Corey Knebel and who's that other dude? Juris Familia. And their rotation didn't really get much better outside of that. So I don't know. I feel like we're seeing the Phillies and the Angels, bro. The Phillies and the Angels are just those teams that can't seem to get any better. They're stuck in that third, fourth place hole. I think the Phillies are going to finish in fourth, considering how much better these last three teams got. Now, third place, Miami Marlins. I almost called them the Dolphins. The Marlins got a lot better this offseason, and they are a sneaky good team. Sandy Alcantara is a Cy Young candidate. Top 5 finish, no doubt in my mind. Trevor Rogers, one of the best guys in the game at limiting hard contact. Pablo Lopez is a very solid pitcher. Edward Cabrera is a very good prospect who's probably going to be in the rotation opening day. Sixto Sanchez, if he's finally healthy, could be really, really good. Those are 5 very... Jesus Luzardo, that's 6 really good pitchers right there. That's a disgusting rotation. They got a lot better adding Jorge Soler. They finally got some pop in that lineup. Avisel Garcia's in there now. They still got some other young guys. I'm a big Brian Anderson fan. I don't know why. I'm just a big Brian Anderson fan. Probably from MLB The Show, but overall, I just think they traded for Jacob Stallings, too. They have a very, very, very solid rotation, a pretty good lineup, and their bullpen's okay. I don't really, off the top of my head, I don't think I can name a single member of this bullpen, so I'm not going to say it's amazing, but I think overall they're a more complete team than the Philadelphia Phillies. Next, we got the reigning World Series champions, the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves had a great offseason, and I'm kind of disrespecting them by putting them in second place. They're pretty much just running it back outside of the changes at first base with Matt Olson there. Eddie Rosario's back on a one-year deal, I think. Kenley Jansen's going to be a huge addition to that bullpen. I think they also signed Colin McHugh. I can't remember. Pretty sure that happened. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But anyways, I think this is a very, very solid team. Obviously, they won the World Series last year with about the same amount of guys. So we'll see how it works out. But overall, I think they're a second-place team to our last team of the day. That is the New York Mets. The New York Mets were a really good team last year, but they got so much better this offseason. Max Scherzer and Jacob deGrom, the best 1-2, probably top 5 1-2 punch in MLB history. It's going to be absolutely nasty. Chris Bassett's a great depth guy. Taijuan Walker can still pitch pretty well. And then Carlos Carrasco as well. So this is a very complete team. They got a solid bullpen. They got a solid, one of the best rotations, if not the best rotation in baseball, especially at the top. And one of the best lineups in baseball. They added Starling Marte. Mark Canha's the most underrated ad of the offseason, in my opinion. And I think they added somebody else. Oh yeah, Eduardo Escobar. So, bro, this team is so good. I just forget how many good players they have on this team. New York Mets, possibly, I don't know, man. I might be calling the Mets to win the World Series this year. They are that disgusting, bro. All right, so that's going to do it for our division predictions. Let me know what you disagree with or agree with down in the comment section below. See you guys all in the next one, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Daily MLB content. We are on a hot streak. We're going to keep uploading daily every single day. See you guys next time, and have a good rest of your day.